I'd like to take a moment and thank our sponsor. If you have a laser device for training and you want to take it to the next level, or if you're looking to get into using a laser device for training, check out the products at laserapp.com. LASRAPP.com. You can use code CSP2021 for 15% off the items you've selected. And thanks for checking them out. Welcome to this week's edition of the Casual Shooters Podcast, your premier podcast for the casual shooter. This week you have me, Dave, and we have a guest. This week we have on Team Hold My Beer member, Matt Hempel. Matt's a CEO, a Carry Optics GM in Area 8, and a rising star in the USPSA. Let's bring him on. How you doing, Matt?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Why don't you take a moment and introduce yourself?
Matt Hempel. I'm a Carry Optics and Production Grandmaster. I've been shooting for 3 years, USPSA. And I'm out of New Jersey.
Okay, out of New Jersey. And you've only been shooting for 3 years.
Yes, competition.
Okay, wow. Well, that didn't take long.
No.
That was quick. Okay. Well, we usually ask a few questions to get started, kind of warm up thing, kind of get to know our guest, okay? So since it's just me, I'm going to be asking all of them. All right. So number one, what's your favorite movie?
It's got to be Braveheart.
Ooh, good one. Yeah, classic. Okay. What about favorite book?
I've only really read one book front to cover, and it was really good, and that was American Sniper, Chris Kyle's book.
Oh, okay. What made you decide to pick up that one and read it?
I was injured in boot camp, and I had nothing else to do. I was laying in my rack all day.
Really?
Yes, sir.
How did you? Okay, hold. Now that's contraband in boot camp. How did you get a hold of a book?
They had them in the. They had books in the. I can't remember what the Herp platoon was called, but whatever they called it, they had books there for us because we weren't doing anything anyway.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow, that's pretty wild. I had no idea. So you had like your own little library.
Yeah, most of them had pages missing, so
Well,
but that
that's
one
odd.
didn't. Well, you know how
Okay.
it is at boot camp. Nothing's nice.
Yeah.
Nothing's too nice there.
Right. So where did you go to Paris Island?
Yes, sir.
Now, did you stay within your battalion in that platoon, or did
No, I
you?
got dropped. I was in Fox, or I was in Bravo Company, and then when they picked me back up, I went to Fox.
Okay. How long were you there?
Extra month, so 4 months.
Oh, okay. Not too bad. Okay. Now, Huggy's favorite question is who is your favorite superhero?
Superhero? It's got to be Batman
Okay, and why?
because he does it all with no superpowers. He just
Okay, that seems to be the trend when people say Batman. Your favorite gun and caliber.
uh, it's probably a CZ-75 and 9 millimeter. As I shoot CZ-75 Shadows SPO ones.
Okay.
I really enjoy shooting that gun.
What is it about that gun that you like?
I just shoot it really good. I've had some trouble with them, but that was on my fault. Come to find out,
Okay. So they just fit you well, huh?
yeah, I tried switching to a Glock this year because I didn't shoot for like 4 months after Nats, and I picked up the Glock and I shot that for about a month, and then I went back to the CZs right before Area 6, just because I
So
couldn't get comfortable with the Glocks.
okay. Now why the change? What made you?
I had some issues I was messing with. I had a lot of malfunctions last year at majors, and come to find out it was my ammo.
Oh,
Run
yeah,
them a
we've
little
had
bit,
that problem before.
run them a little bit too long, but I got that sorted out.
Okay.
I fixed
How
it
did
right
you
before nationals, so that's why I had a pretty good Nats.
how did you figure out it was the overall length?
It was just what happened was uh, I switched bullets and I didn't really think nothing of it, but where they were just a little bit longer, I was running through the lands just a touch. It would only happen like 1 in 900 rounds I'd have it, but then for whatever reason it always happened at a major, not at locals or practice.
Oh, wow.
So I
Holy
got that
cow.
figured out.
Okay. We had that problem at Nats 2 years ago and ended up having to buy ammo at Frostproof
Oh wow.
because, yeah, it was pretty significant. Same thing. Changed the bullets. Didn't realize needed to change the depth of the seating of the projectile, and there you have it.
Yeah, you can cause some trouble when you start switching stuff.
Holy cow, it's amazing. All right, so when did you first shoot a gun?
I think I was 6 years old, probably around 6 or 7.
Okay, have you now you said you're in New Jersey. Have you always lived in New Jersey?
Yes, sir. Born and raised.
Okay, so your first shooting of a gun was in New Jersey. Was it on a farm, at somebody's house,
It
or
was
at a
it
range?
was on right in my backyard. I live out. A lot of people don't realize like New Jersey's got a lot of rural areas, and I live in one of them. So I live out in the country. I grew up hunting. It was my first gun I ever shot was a 410 single shot shotgun.
Okay, and that's what you hunted with, I take it?
No, I when I started hunting, I moved up to a 20 gauge, and then eventually a 12.
Okay, and what do you hunt?
Pheasants and ducks.
So I actually had it written down that you hunt, and I had so you answered what do you hunt, but for dinner time, what's your preferred animal of choice?
Probably a cow.
Oh, okay.
But game
Beef, it's
birds,
what's for dinner.
game birds, I really enjoy like a mallard or a teal. They're really delicious ducks.
Okay.
Pheasant tastes just like chicken, so you can get that anywhere. But
Yeah,
the
I guess there's
duck has a
nothing
unique
unique.
taste to it. I really enjoy it.
Are they greasy?
No, not really. I kind of I like cube them up and broil them, and maybe put some wrap them in bacon. Sometimes they're really good.
Okay. Yeah, now you're making me hungry.
Hawaiian rub or barbecue is how I cook those. They're delicious.
So you were in the Marines. Obviously, we were just talking about that. And what did you do in the Marines?
I was a F-18 engine mechanic.
Now, how did you, was that random or did you go in guaranteed that?
I went and guaranteed that, and then
Okay. How
realized I
did,
didn't like it as much as I thought I would.
now, why did you think you would like it?
I've always been a mechanic my whole life, like working on stuff at the farm or working on my own cars. I got an old Challenger I tinker with from here to there, and then
So,
I've always been fascinated with like fighter planes from like watching World War II documentaries and stuff like that. I always wanted to work
mm-hmm.
on fighter planes, and that's what I did.
Okay. It's probably a lot easier to work on them back then. They're a little more carbureted and less electronic.
Yeah.
Now, looking back, if you had the opportunity to pick a different MOS, what would you pick?
I don't know. I I kind of wish I went infantry just to get that experience. I feel like my friends in Marines that went infantry, like the camaraderie they had was just stronger than what we had on the wing side. Don't get me wrong, a lot of those guys are still my brothers, but we weren't as tight as I thought we would have been.
Okay, I get that. I kind of see where that would play out. So, when you grew up, I don't want to say on a farm, but you grew up in a rural area.
Yes, sir.
You shot. Were you homeschooled?
No,
And how tall are you?
6 foot.
Okay, so you meet the minimum requirements there to be national champ. You're okay. You're still on track. It seems like those who were homeschooled, grew up on a farm, and are 6 feet or taller, seem to have all the traits for a national champion.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I
so
got
we
most of
now
them.
screen everybody.
I didn't grow up on a farm, but my uncle owns a farm right down the road, and that's where I spent a lot of my time as a
There you
child. So
go, close enough. I had a cornfield across the street from me when I grew up, so
that's close
I'm
enough.
going to count. Exactly. So, how did you end up finding USPSA or the shooting sports in general?
So, what really piqued my interest as a younger kid was watching Top Shot, and then I honestly kind of forgot about it. And when I was in Japan for 2 years, and the base was on lockdown, and I got into video games, and a guy in my Discord, he shot USPSA out in Colorado, and he would put his videos in the Discord. I'm like, what is this? So he told me all about it, and I picked his brain for years. And then when I got out a month later, I shot my first match, and I've been shooting them ever since.
Now, did you shoot it with a CZ when you got out, or did you start with
I
something else?
shot my first match with what was my carry gun at the time, was a PO7. I shot that for 2 matches, and then I shot a Glock 34 that I had for a while too. And then I think my fourth match, I finally got my CZ, my 75 SPO1.
Okay, so how? All right, so a P07 is what you shot initially, then a Glock 34. How did you end up choosing the 75?
Well, in New Jersey, you have to wait a while to get approved for a pistol permit. So
Okay.
I had already bought the SPO1 Shadow before I started, but I was waiting to get it. So I was just trying out different guns before I got it. So it was
Oh.
my first 3 matches were first two PO7, and the third one was a Glock, and then 75 from there on.
So they were basically fill-ins until you got your gun.
Yeah, I was just waiting.
Okay. All right. And I guess you shot your first two matches like, yep, I like this. Can't wait to get my gun.
Yeah, I got DQ'd my first 2 matches.
Both of them?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. What happened there?
So the first one I broke the 180, 100% my fault. And the third one, or the second one, I shot the whole match. I actually think I won. And then I saw a guy walk up to a table and put his gun away. I walked up there, and this grumpy old RO yelled at me, and that wasn't a safe table. So he DQ'd me after the match was over.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I was pretty upset
Man,
about that, but
I
I,
bet.
I stuck with it.
So there was a chance you won your second match.
I believe I did. My friend Glenn would know, because he won that match, and I met him at my first match. And we're real good friends. It was
Were
between me and
you
him.
shooting production at the
Yes,
time?
sir. Yep.
Okay.
I
Wow.
shot production for the first year, year and a half, and then I went to carry optics.
So did you make GM in production before you switched?
No, I made GM and carry optics first, and then I was like, I'm gonna go back and make GM in production over the winter, and I made it my first match and haven't shot it since.
All right, we're gonna. Okay, that's hilarious. All right, we're gonna have to come back to that. Let me write something down here because I want to come back to that. Well, you know what? We'll do it right now. So there's been discussion in past episodes where I have been trying to get Huggy to switch to carry optics. And he's like, no, no, no. I need to master production first. I need to master these iron sights. And everybody we've talked to, like, if you shoot carry optics, you'll actually see more with your sights and it will actually help you with production. Agree, disagree?
Agree to an extent, yes, for sure.
Okay.
Because you can see I dry fire. You can see all my dry fire targets behind me. You learn so much more from dry firing with the dot, for sure. Because
Okay.
with iron sights, when you call a bad shot, you're like, I think I have my sights lined up. With the dot, you're like, yeah, I had no idea where that dot was, or it was high left, or it's so
Okay.
much more feedback.
Right. Okay. Yeah, and that's basically what they were saying. Okay. All right. So there we go. I'm gonna have to make sure he listens to this portion of the episode again. Now you okay? So your first year and a half was all production. At what point did you decide you were going to put a dot on your gun?
When nobody was shooting production anymore, I got tired of
Okay.
I got tired of going, because I shoot a lot of locals, and I was tired of going to locals and having a bad match and only competing against the same 5 guys. So there's a lot
Mm,
of carry optics heat where I live. You got Jeff Emmerich, he's a super squad guy. Luke Cal, he's a super squad guy. We all kind of shoot together. And then I was like, I gotta chase these guys, because that will tell me where I need to improve. So I started chasing those guys.
okay. Yeah, Luke shoots around here too, and I'm in
Yeah,
Northern Virginia,
Luke
so
travels the whole East Coast. He's everywhere.
yeah,
But
that guy shoots a lot.
there's 2 or 3 locals that we cross paths with each other.
Okay. And now, how far from where you live do you travel to shoot locals?
Anywhere within 2 hours. We have a lot of good clubs here. I could shoot
Okay,
a
so
match. I could shoot 2 matches every weekend within 2 hours drive.
how far south of you is 2 hours? Like, do you make it to where Delmarva is going to be held in two
That's
hours?
that's like 3 hours for me.
Okay.
That's a. I mean, I will shoot that if there's nothing else going on, but I like to keep it within 2.
So, are you shooting Delmarva?
Yes, sir. I'll be there
Okay. What day are you shooting?
Sunday. I just got in the match like last week. I signed up last minute. I took somebody else's spot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I signed up 2 weeks ago, but I'm
Oh, you're
shooting
gonna be there?
Saturday.
I'll
Yeah,
be
I'm
there
going to shoot
Saturday.
Saturday.
I'll
Oh,
be
will
there
you?
Saturday. Yeah, I'll be walking, so I have to come find you.
Okay. Yeah, you can't miss me. It's going to be a bright yellow or lime green jersey. So I'll be the one that everybody's wearing sunglasses because I'm so bright. All right. So what optic did you go with for your CZ75?
I started with RTS2s. I broke 3 of those in like a couple months, and then went to SROs.
How
And
are you liking that?
I have not broke one yet. They've been really good. The only issue with the SRO is on like sunny mornings. You can kind of get distorted. I'll just throw a
Oh,
piece of
okay.
tape over it if that happens, and it's fine.
Now I haven't had that happen. I do have mine did finally get to the point where you have like the multiple dot looking
Yeah,
triangular dot thing.
because of the sun, right?
I think it's all. It looks like it's all the time.
Oh, you might have to send
But
that one back then.
you know what though? It doesn't seem to affect my ability to accurately hit anything. So I'm like, man, it doesn't bother me. So I can, as long as I do everything right, I can hit steel, I can hit paper, I can hit whatever. So it doesn't seem to affect it in that regard. But I also have an SRO and I like it a lot.
Yeah, I do.
Um,
I've had, other than that one issue I was talking about in the sun. I have 3 of them. I've yet to break one.
I had what you're talking about with a vortex, and there was twice here at Fredericksburg. I was shooting the same stage, almost the exact same time of the morning, different day, and I had like a bloom where my entire window was red from the dot, and I could not see a thing. So I couldn't even see my dot. I couldn't see the target through the optic. I couldn't see anything. It was literally just a curtain of red.
Yeah,
So,
with the SRO, what happens when you look into direct sun, you'll have like your dot, and then right above it to the right, you'll have like a bright, big false dot. And then
oh,
so like what I do is I got a little cover now, and my make ready. I'll look to like, okay, this would be the brightest part of stage. I'll point it out there. If I see it, I'll just throw that cover on.
okay.
But it's only
Interesting.
happened at during a match. It's only happened at winter matches, like when the sun comes up late. And
Mm-hmm.
the first stage of the second day, Area 6, I got it, and then I got it a few times at Nats where we were shooting into the sunset on those
Down in
last day.
Florida or
Uh,
Talladega?
Talladega.
Okay, yeah, because I mean, you still have the morning issue at Frostproof, but yeah, Talladega was really kind of crazy where it
Yeah, it was.
popped
We
up over
almost
the berm.
it was right in your face.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, how long did it take you to reach Carry Optics GM once you started shooting that?
I want to say it was like 8 months from initial carry optics to GM, and I think
And
I had been shooting about almost 2 years. Or no,
okay,
that's not right. I think 2 years make GM, and it might have been 5 months. I wasn't shooting carry optics long before I made GM. I'm horrible
what
with
was your?
time, and
Yeah, it's I get it. Now, what was your initial classification when you started Carry Optics?
it was A because I was already
Okay,
M in production. So I just got A right off the bat, and then I made M like immediately, and then I stuck there for a little bit.
okay. What do you think was the kicker that got you over the hump from M to G?
So what it was is when I wanted GM like really bad, and I would like try way too hard on the classifiers, and then I finally like I made GM, and then I noticed. Uh, I mean, I dry fire probably about an hour. I was dry firing about an hour every day then. And then once I realized if I just shot a classifier like I shot any other stage, I'd like 95 it every time.
Hmm.
And then right after I made GM, I was actually at 100% in carry optics from just not just treating it like any other stage.
Okay. All right. Very
I,
good.
I was tensing up way too much in the classifiers and going way too fast and shooting no points.
Oh, wow. Time was great. Score wasn't.
No, I was 2 seconds faster with deltas and mics.
Oh, goodness. I guess so. Wow. Now, are you a sponsored Recon Sniper Foundation shooter?
Yes, I am. I'm on their
Oh,
team.
now how did that come about?
I um I shot a match with one of the guys who started Kevil. He's one of the
I don't
guys who
know the
started
name.
that up, and he's I met him at a match and we got to talking, and then that's how that started.
Okay, cool. So, who founded the Hold My Beer team?
That was Chris and Jason Sandelsky and Ted and Ryan Zijak, and they're local guys to me. They're more northern New Jersey, and then we
Okay.
just shot together so much they took me on right after they started it, probably about 2 months after they started it.
All right. Who came up with the logo? I guess one of the original
It
guys.
was Ted, yeah, Ted,
Okay.
Ryan's
That's
dad.
pretty good logo.
Yeah,
That's
it
pretty
is,
solid.
isn't it?
So, how many of you guys are going to be in Talladega for Carry Optics Nationals?
It's gonna be me, Wesley Cronin. He's on Team Home My Beer as well, and the two twins. I think they're going. I don't think Ryan and Ted are going.
Okay. The Sandelsky.
Yeah, Sandelsky twins.
Okay. All right.
You
Now,
can't
you
tell them
had
apart if you don't know them.
yeah, I don't know them and I wouldn't. So, now you had a pretty solid finish down at Area 6.
Yeah, I was happy with that, or how I shot down there.
Yeah, you were behind what? Who was it? JJ, Max, and Christian.
Yeah,
Now, did you ever consider kicking one of them in the shin to improve your
no,
finish? Now, did you shoot the same day they did? Because I didn't
I
shoot Area 6, so I'm not sure.
I shot half. I shot both days. I shot both mornings. So
Okay,
I was like two squads behind Christian, and I think Max shot it on staff day. Yeah, he did. And then I shot the same day
okay,
as JJ. So I was checking the scores. I wanted to be right behind those guys. I wanted to be fourth. Was able to pull it off.
okay.
Me and Sean Griffith were battling at the end there. We were like 2 points apart of each other. Then I had an overall stage win that shot me right up.
Another former Marine.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's very good
Okay.
shooter.
Yeah, he is. We've had him on. He is very good. I actually ran into him at Nationals last year, and I'm like, "Hey, I've seen your stuff on Instagram. I want to get you on the podcast." He's like,
He's
"Okay."
he's phenomenal. So we message each other all the time. We're 2-2 on majors. He's got me at two, and I've got him at two. So we're all
Oh,
tied up.
wow. So when do you guys compete next?
There's a major in South Carolina, in not this weekend but next. I want to say, I think it's the South Carolina section. Me and him will be there. So I guess that's a tiebreaker.
Yeah, at least for now.
I'm checking what match that is. I
Now watch, you guys are going to tie.
we were we were neck and neck both days at Area 6.
Wow.
South Carolina section championship will me and him will both be shooting it. So that's a tiebreaker match.
Wow. How many major matches are you shooting this year?
I'm doing a lot. So I shot Area 6 already.
You've got Delmarva this weekend,
Delmarva, South Carolina section,
the
Mid
week
Atlantic,
after. Okay, Mid Atlantic after that.
then
Wow.
Maryland
What?
State,
Good Lord.
Maine
Area.
State,
Okay.
Area 8, Nationals, and Virginia State. And I might throw one more in there if
Okay.
I could squeeze in something else.
Okay. Did you try Area 7 or no?
No,
Okay, because
because
that's
that's
not too far from you.
the only reason I didn't do that one is I want to say it's like the week before after nationals, and I was like, that's just too much.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, do you have any plans on? I'm kind of going out of order of my questions, but I don't care. Um, do you have any plans on ever trying to be on the world shoot team?
Yeah, I think that's something I could maybe reach. I've never really thought about it, but now that I'm getting better, I'm like maybe that's something I should shoot for.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I saw you had posted something on Instagram that what your ranking was. Maybe
I
not.
don't think that was me.
Okay.
Ranking for the world shoot team?
Well, no, not for the world shoot team, just in general, but I may be wrong on that one. All right. So, with that, I did swipe a couple of your videos off Instagram to play to talk about real quick. So, it's going to automatically mute our microphones.
Okay.
So if you want to talk, all you have to do as soon as we get ready or as soon as it starts playing, just click the button and you can unclick or unmute your mic. You see down at,
Yep, I got it.
okay. All right, here we go. The first one is Area 6, where it was the first stage of the day. You were the first shooter, and I believe that was a Carry Optics win for you on that
Yes, it
stage.
was. Yep.
Okay, here we go.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Pretty quick.
That was a good stage for me. I think I only had one Charlie too.
Okay. Yeah, that was real quick. Now, I'll be honest, that is obviously it's the gun and you, but you're shooting that gun very flat.
Yeah, it's something I've just worked on over time. The brass grips help, but
Oh, obviously. Now, did the Glock shoot as flat?
yeah, I shot the Glock as flat. The only problem I have with the Glock where it's so much lighter, I was having trouble with like my draws. I just couldn't get comfortable drawing that gun because it's literally half the weight of the CZ.
Okay.
I actually I switched to my CZs Friday morning before Area 6.
Wow.
I put the dots on Thursday night, Loctite them in, set them in Friday morning, and drove down and shot that
Wow.
Area 6 with them.
So you're very comfortable with that CZ.
Yeah, I shoot those very well. I mean, what what happened was is Thursday I was practicing with my teammate Wes. We shot Area 6 together, and I was just kind of struggling with my Glock, just getting a little frustrated. And he just started reloading, and his CZ was malfunctioning. And I was looking at his ammo. I was like, "Your crimp is off." I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So I loaded a mag full of my ammo and shot the same stage we were running with a CZ. And I was like, "I need to go put these dots on my other guns." I left practice, put the dots on my CZs. We sighted them in, and then we drove down.
Wow.
So
Okay.
it looks like I'm shooting CZs this year again.
I mean, what was the purpose of moving to the Glock?
I just wanted to mix it up, get me excited to start training again. But I'm pretty fired up for this year. I got
Okay.
kind of burnt out last year, but I got the fire back.
Do you think taking the 4 months off helped?
Oh yeah, I got back into hunting this winter, and I didn't think about shooting at all.
And then you go down and take fourth at Area 6.
I'll take it.
That's cheating.
I started training heavy about a month and a half ago.
Okay. Wow. All right, we're gonna get. Let me write that down.
And when I'm like in the swing of things, I'm touching the gun every day for at least 20 minutes. Probably live firing once a week because I guess I have a lot of primers this year, so I'm gonna train pretty hard.
Do you rob an ammo manufacturing plant?
No, I uh a friend sold me some, and then I bought some from another guy, and then my other friend he bought 30,000 primers and he sold me a good chunk of them.
Wow.
Yeah, he
Okay.
got lucky. He knew somebody that worked at a gun store, and they sold him every primer they got in.
Okay. All right. I've got so many questions right now. I don't know where to go. All right. I need to back up. All right, so this whole 3 year double GM, um, don't pick up a gun for 4 months, start training for a month and a half. You're fourth at Area 6. How much? Where did you learn to shoot pistol?
Matt Olenschak, he was a local GM to me. He was like my mentor when I first started. I shot my first match with him, and I mean that was huge. Right from the get go, for my first match, I had a GM tell me what I was doing wrong, and if it wasn't for him, I definitely wouldn't be where I'm at right now. I
Okay,
don't think
well
he
that
shoots. He moved to Florida and he quit shooting. He rides mountain bikes now, but he helped me a ton.
so you got put on the right track from the get go.
Day one.
Okay, wow. So you really didn't have much of a learning period or a learning curve. It was pretty much a straight beeline.
Yeah, and he was very honest. He was like, you suck at this. You need to practice this.
Okay, it worked.
Yeah, it did.
Okay. Um, all right, let's watch one more video. Now, this one from Area 6, I believe you said was a combined win. So this is the overall stage win?
Yeah, nobody got me on that stage.
Okay, here we go.
Are you ready? Stand by. If you are finished.
Yeah, that's quick. Now, I told Leo I was going to ask you, I'm going to ask you the question for Leo before I ask you Jay Bill's question. And the question I have for Leo is he can't seem to hit a steel target if it was standing right here.
I
And he's
struggle with him.
tired of.
I struggle with him too sometimes. I just shot a match down in South Carolina, and I don't know what it is about down there. They like those little steel plates, and they were eating my lunch.
So because you were in the first video and the second one, I think you shot maybe one extra shot on a steel target. So how much time do you spend? Do you spend dry fire time on that, or do you shoot them at the range? What do you?
both, both. This year, my friend made me two poppers, and I've been using them in practice. And you see, I have popper targets up on my wall behind me.
Yep.
What I learned with the dot is I can really focus on a tiny specific spot on what target I'm shooting at, and that really seems to help.
So how much of where you look now is just intuitive?
I'd say all of it.
Okay.
Like,
So you're at
yeah,
that
like,
point where 100% your eyes just naturally go where you're going to shoot and then you go from
yeah.
there.
I mean, the only time I'm not shooting 100% target focus would be like a 30-yard partial, something like super tough, where like you
And
have to really pick out a good spot with the dot, make sure your dot's exactly where you need it to be. But other than that, it's pretty much target focused.
okay,
And I have really good vision. I have like 20/20 vision. I think that helps.
for sure. Now, Jay Beal's favorite question that we started was, what does your make ready and visualization look like? So right before you shot those two stages, when they say make ready, what does that look like?
First thing I do is I draw my gun, take a sight picture, top it off, put the mag in, put another mag in, make sure I got 23 plus one. And then as soon as I put my gun in my holster, I close my eyes and I envision exactly how I'm gonna shoot that stage. I'll close my eyes and I'll take my left hand and I'll just go ding, pop, 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 planning my reload if there's gonna be one. And then I do that one more time real quick, and then I put my hand down, open my eyes, and it's go time.
And what are you thinking about when you're shooting?
It's pretty subconscious at that point, unless like something really goes wrong and I get frustrated during a stage.
What does it take to get you frustrated?
Makeups on steel or a malfunction. No,
Okay, I get that.
it's just sometimes like I think my biggest weakness right now is every once in a while I'll hit a position, I'll like I'll hit a position with the wrong style of movement that I want to do. Like in my walkthrough, my visualization, I wanted to come into a position one way, and then like I'll come in different because I'm a little clumsy. Something I'm working on.
You like the baby giraffe?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was my only thing I was frustrated with about Area 6 is I think it was stage 2. You went right, and I wanted to come out of a position shooting a partial, and I shot the open target next to it. And then I had to go back and shoot the partial. That was like my only mess up that match.
Okay.
That was something that I messed that I was like pretty mad at myself about.
Okay. So what? All right. So I'm going to pull a Steve Anderson then. And that's why I asked the other question because Steve, I've been through one of his classes, and his big thing is, you have a focus phrase, the last thing you think about, or the last thing you say to yourself, think about before you start shooting, so that way you're focused on the one thing and not trying to think of everything else at the same time. But what do you think caused the issue for you to shoot at a different target first, and then what did you do to correct it?
Um, I think the biggest issue was is I haven't been shooting that much as of like the last 4 months. That was probably it. And it wasn't like horrible. It's not like I completely ran by. I just had to add extra lean into it.
I
But
get you.
I mean, I don't really start warming up till about July is when I feel like I start hitting my peak for the season.
Do you okay? So you hit your peak in July.
And then I
Nationals is go ahead.
once I hit my peak, I feel like I can carry it, but like I don't feel like I'm like super
Okay.
tuned up till about then.
Okay.
That's how
So
it's
it
been the
takes you
last few
that
years.
long to get to your peak, and then you just maintain where you're at.
Yeah,
Okay. So from July to October is not a big deal. This year it's closer.
it's closer this year.
Yeah.
I did ramp my training up before Nats last year. I shot more that 2 to 3 weeks leading up to that match than I've ever shot in that amount of time. I'll probably do the same this year. Like right before Nats, I'll ramp my training way up, live fire wise, like going to the range and practicing.
All right. So we'll go ahead and hit that because my questions were going to be. We'll go ahead and compare. What does your training look like now compared to what it did before the ammo issue? And then what does your training look like right now during the season versus, a month before or 3 weeks before nationals?
So I actually start. I've shot more. I shot more last year than I ever have. I I normally like all my friends. They know me. I don't. I never really used to live fire that much. I dry fire and then I shoot matches. I use locals as my practice. But now where like I kind of hit a wall. I'd say last year where I was like, or no, 2 years ago where like I'm a GM, but like I need to get better to like keep up with guys like Siler and JJ. I've ramped my
Okay.
live fire up because I think I hit a wall where dry fire wasn't really doing it for me anymore to keep improving. I wasn't getting worse, but I wasn't really getting better either. So then I'll live fire like once a week, just like 200 rounds, and then before Nats, I'll probably shoot 200 rounds a day, like for the 2 weeks leading up to Nats.
Oh wow. Okay. Now, where do you do that at? Where do you do
There's a
your live fire?
there's a local club right down the road, 10 minutes down the road. It's Quentin Gun Club.
Okay, that's convenient.
Yeah, it's really nice, beautiful range.
Now, do you still dry fire every day?
Yes, sir. Yep. Probably
Okay.
probably drive fire right when we get off here.
Now, what do you dry fire the same thing all the time, or do you change it up? How does that look?
So you can see the array of targets behind me.
Yep.
I think there's some more that way, and then I have some on this wall. I'll just like I'll pick out a little stage I want to shoot, probably, and I'll just shoot it. I'm just trying to do it on the move. And then if there's something I'm working on, like if I read a match book, like they're strong in this match, I'll practice that 2 weeks out for the major.
Okay.
But it's just getting the reps in every day. I think is the most important part.
Right. Getting the gun in your hand.
If
That's it.
I'll,
Does
I'll
seem to
do
make a big difference.
I'll do about. I used to dry fire a lot, but now I'm only doing probably 25 minutes a day at the max, 15 at the least.
Oh, okay.
But every
And
day, I
then,
don't miss a day.
and that's just once a day.
Yes,
Okay. Now,
unless
have you
unless
take
like I'm getting ready for nationals, I may start doing 2 a days.
start ramping it up? Now, other than the GM who helped you initially, Have you taken a class from anybody?
I took a Steve Anderson class back when I
Okay.
was a master in production, and that's it.
Okay. You are currently on squad 211 at Nats, which is the super squad. Is this your first time on the super squad?
Yes, this will be my second nationals ever, so I'll take it.
Oh, okay. Now you're on there. You've got JJ, Nils, Christian, Max, Mason, Juanzik, Phil Strader, and I think there's like three others. Do you think is there going to be any added stress that you're expecting?
I don't think so. I'm pretty good at blocking what other people do out. I
Okay.
mean, I'm saying that now. I could tell you after
Right.
if it added it, but I feel like it's not going to mess with me. I feel
I
like I have a pretty strong mental game now. I didn't used to, but this last year my mental game's become pretty strong. Until I have a gun problem. When I have gun problems, I get pretty heated.
gotcha. Yeah, those could get frustrating quick.
Yeah,
Now, do you think you would be able to? Because you mentioned at Area 6, you checked the scores.
yeah. I was
You
checking them
know,
every stage.
right. So in this case, you're going to know at the end of the stage where you were with all the rest of those guys. Do you think there's any chance that that could affect you with trying to keep up with them?
It could. Definitely not the first day, but like the second day, if I see myself falling behind, I'll probably turn it up a little bit. You
Okay.
know, I mean, who it might not. I'm not really sure yet. It all depends how the match goes. Because last nationals was it was different zones. Like the first two zones, they were pretty. You really had to push it, and then the third zone was pretty technical. So who knows what the stage will be like this year?
Where did you start last year?
Zone two, the middle one.
Okay. I started on zone 3, so that was a train wreck.
Yeah, that was
It's like,
some
what
pretty
in the
wild stages.
world happened up here? And I don't mean train wreck in a bad way. I mean, that was just like, holy cow. You're doing all kinds of stuff. A lot of movement, lots of movers, lots of everything. Lots of, strong hand and
Strong
weak
hand, weak
hand.
hand. There was
Yeah.
two
It's
weak
like,
hand
holy
stages,
cow.
one strong hand stage, because the ammo hand stage was a strong hand stage.
Yep.
Yeah, it was tough.
It was carrying objects and running and shooting the strong hands. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was fun.
Oh, it was a ball. That match, I thought that
So,
match was pretty good.
yeah.
For my
It
first
was
nationals, I
definitely.
really enjoyed it.
Now, do you other than getting the urge to possibly chase one of those guys, do you really think there's much? But I don't see there being much stress after stage one of each day.
Yeah, I'd say the first stage is always going to be the jittery one. I mean, I still get first stage jitters, and I've shot almost 200 matches.
Yeah.
I
Now I'm going to throw Hwanzik Kim scenario at you. All right. You're leading after day one. Then what?
I'm not changing anything.
Okay.
I'm not changing nothing. Not when you're shooting against the heat at this nationals will be even more stacked than last year
Yes.
because you got, I mean, all these people coming out of the woodwork that nobody's ever heard of. That like look at Dazzy. I mean, he is so good.
Yeah.
Now I've been following him for a long time, so I knew how good he was. But like a lot of people had no idea who he was.
I didn't.
I mean, he is a machine.
I'm like, who is this guy?
He,
And
I've
yeah,
been,
you watch his videos, man. It's like this guy's a robot.
he is insane.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm trying to steal from some of his style.
Okay.
That's something I've been
Nothing wrong
working
with
on.
that.
The move, my movement is my biggest weakness, and I learned a lot these last couple of weeks, and I think what's gonna make the difference for this year.
Yeah, I've been really looking at his videos, and when you watch him move, I mean, it's like from the hips up, he doesn't move.
No,
And you see his legs moving, but he is just perfectly steady moving ahead. It's like, whoa,
yeah,
this guy has got it down.
he really does.
Yeah, I mean, he's not quick he's quick. He may not be JJ quick, but he is still quick and steady.
And he shoots
Amazing.
fast.
Yes.
Yeah,
And now you've got Christian there as well.
yeah. Well, I want to see what he learned from Area 6 because it's
Yeah, I
just going
mean,
to make him train even harder.
yep. And that's his first major in carry optics ever?
Yeah, like maybe his third match, first major, something like that.
Right. Yeah. So, and he wasn't far behind those other two.
No, I got him
So,
on time by 0.2 of a second. He just shot way better points.
yeah. I mean, he's a machine too.
Oh, he's
So,
I we used to play Call of Duty together, and
okay.
the way his mind works is just pretty insane.
Really.
Yeah,
I know he's a
kid,
smart dude.
smart, athletic, and talented, and he works hard, so that will take you far.
Yeah, it'll take you all the way.
Yeah, which he has. I
Yeah.
mean, he's an animal. So I think he learned a lot of Air 6. He's probably going to come back even stronger.
Yeah, I'm going
Like
to have to follow him.
I remember the last match he didn't win before this one was maybe an ISPIC Nationals a few years ago, and then he's been on that tear since then up until Area 6. That's the first match he's lost in a long time. And it's just going to
Yeah.
make him train even harder with his mindset.
And it'll be I'm going to have to follow him through the major matches to see how he progresses. It's going to be very interesting because he's not going to nationals for anything but first place.
Right.
So that squad is maxed out. And then, like you said, you still have people like Dazi who aren't on the super squad.
He is.
I'm
He
going to be
is.
surprised.
Did they move him off of it? He was on it.
Yeah. I just checked today
Huh. He was
because
on it.
I'm shooting, so it's easy for me just to go to nationals and
I'm gonna go yell
click
at him
on
right
it.
after we get off this to tell him to get back on there. I
He
think what
doesn't.
it
I
is,
know he doesn't want to be on there.
I think it's because like I know last year he shot the morning on the last day, then flew out right after the match because I think he must run his own company or something. Because he seems like he's always trying to get out of there like as soon as possible.
Right. Here we go. Should be that one. Yep. All right. I'm going to share the screen here.
I haven't
I got
checked
to
in a
add it.
few days.
So, let me.
Oh yeah, he's gone. Where'd he go?
Yeah. Oop. Now we're in. Oh, I got to
Up one.
scroll down. It's coming. 8, 9, 10, 11. So you're right there on the top.
Hopefully it
But
stays that
he's.
way.
But yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, he is, huh? Yeah, I know he wanted the schedule he didn't like. I heard him talking about it in your show, I believe.
Yeah, he prefers morning, I believe. So that might be what he's trying to do. And I haven't gone back to check to see where he
Yeah, he probably
went.
got moved off of it because he didn't want to. He wanted to shoot the different schedule. If I had to guess.
But I still think you have enough high level shooters. You could create a second super
Maybe
squad.
for sure. The amount of people that will be at this national is gonna be insane. Is
Yeah.
Heatherton shooting this? Is Heatherton because he didn't shoot the last one? Jacob.
It's been a while since I've gone. Yeah, Dazi is now on squad 110 in the morning.
Yeah, see, that's what he wanted.
But I mean, you could throw Dazi, you could throw Matt Hopkins on there if you wanted. Luke Cow, throw
Yeah,
Luke Cow on
Luke
there.
Cal. I mean,
Yeah,
he was having a great match last year until he didn't.
right.
Luke's very good.
Yeah, yeah.
Me and Luke trade matches left and right.
I know there are others. It's just so many people I'm trying to run through real quick. But yeah, I definitely feel you could create a morning super squad, an
And
afternoon
afternoon
super
super
squad.
squad.
That would be really interesting too, because then they would each be watching each other's scores
Yeah,
to see who's doing what and what you have to do. That would
I
create
haven't
a different strategy.
I haven't looked lately, but like Jacob Heatherton, he hasn't shot that much, but when he has, it's been very good. And maybe like I
Yeah,
don't
well,
know, because where's
he's
the Stanley Nationals? Like, is Coley going to be shooting it? Like people like that normally shoot other divisions but are national champions. I don't know if they're going to be moving over.
right in another division. Yeah, I'm not sure.
But this nationals is going to be crazy.
Yeah,
I
this
mean,
one.
look at the participation of just Area 6, for example. How many people are shooting carry optics is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, look, you even have Max Leo Grande shooting on the women's super squad. Now I know he's the PCC national champion, but still, the guy's not. I
no,
just watched.
he's a production GM. He's very good
Yeah,
pistol
yeah, he's
shooter.
very good. So it's got there's a lot of people
It's
there.
gonna be insane.
It is. I actually switched. I made sure that I am not shooting on the afternoon, so I can actually go and watch you guys shoot. So it's definitely going to be very, very interesting. Oh, I thought I saw Coley, but no, it was Cole. So I'm still trying to see if there's anybody else there as I swing through, but I'm not seeing anyone. So, well, definitely different. Now, what are your thoughts on 15 stages for nationals?
Is that all it is this year?
I think it's going to be something 15 to 18, somewhere through there.
I mean, I've only shot one nationals, but I think a minimum's got to be like 20. I think Talladega is just a few bays too small for nationals. From listening to other people that have shot multiple nationals, I agree with them.
Yeah, this will be my third. I shot the first one was at Frostproof, and then the second one was at Talladega, and they were back to back. And I definitely liked I think it was 21 stages at Frostproof, plus you had, why can't I think of the name of it? Chrono. So,
Yeah,
and there was a good mix. You had in the building, you had one stage that had a 42-yard target. So you had a wide mix of all kinds of stuff. So I definitely like that. It would be interesting if they could do a 4-day Carry Optics Nationals like they're doing in October for the other four.
yeah, that would be insane
It would be. And you would still fill every single slot. And I bet there'd still be a waiting list.
for sure. Yeah, maybe with the way Caryopsis is climbing, that's probably gonna happen at some point.
Yeah, I mean, it is now the most popular division in all of
Yeah, I
USPSA.
mean
So,
it wiped out production in the short amount of time I've been shooting it. Nobody shoots production anymore,
yeah.
which is a shame because I did enjoy production, but I do like Caryopsis a little bit more. I'll be honest.
It's like it's the poor man's open.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. I mean, anybody can get it. I mean, I shoot Canics and they're great guns and they're inexpensive. So, I can, well, I mean, that's my backup gun. So
Yeah,
I'll probably actually be shooting that at Delmarva.
okay. I almost bought a Canic. I couldn't find them in time.
They're very good.
Getting guns in this state, it's
Difficult.
not fun. I'm moving soon. I won't be living here too much longer, I don't think.
Okay. Yeah, Nil seems to run them pretty good, even in limited.
Yeah, Nils is a
But
machine. I,
I don't know
I was
how
talking
somebody
about
that tall. Go ahead.
I was talking about something about Nils the other day, and like he has to be one of the best iron shooters ever. The
I would
way
agree.
to do what he did with that at limited nationals is insane.
Yeah, I hung out with him and Frank Shu at SHOT Show, and we had Phil Strader on after nationals, and Phil straight out said, "Yeah, I was rooting against Nils. I was hoping he wouldn't win." He said because if he had won, my boss at SIG would have been like, "We're not making anything 40 anymore because you can win everything with a 9."
I didn't think about that. Phil's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, he is funny. Very funny. I told that to Nils at SHOT Show when I first told him. I was like, "Yeah, Phil was hoping you'd lose." He looked at me kind of funny. I was like, "Because he was in fear of his job." So, so Nils then laughed. But yeah, someone as tall and big as he is to move as well as he does is Just like Mason too, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Mason's another
they
tall
shoot
one.
very similar the way you watch them shoot. They kind of the same style.
Yeah, very impressive. Now, do you analyze your shooting video?
Oh yeah, I break it down pretty good.
So, did you do that for Area 6?
I haven't yet. Just I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'm gonna
Okay.
shoot because I'm gonna shoot Delmarva and I'm just gonna watch them all together. I think.
So, you think you'll wait till after the South Carolina sectional then?
Yeah, I'll
Since they're
pull
all
all those
back to back to
together and
back?
see what I think I need to work on out of those three. Like I said, there was only one stage I wasn't happy with at Area 6, and that was, I believe it was stage 2. But that was just a mental mess up. It wasn't really a shooting error.
Right. Okay. Do you think it had any real effect on your stage finish?
Oh yeah, yeah. That one slowed me down pretty good. This cost me about 2
Oh,
seconds.
okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't think I did. You play with the editor app. I put it in there. I guess it cost me about 2 seconds. It didn't change my finish. I was just a little bit closer to Siler.
What app is that?
It's the Practice Score Competitor app. It's like $10 on the
Oh,
marketplace.
yeah. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Okay. I thought you were talking about some type of video editing app that,
Oh no,
okay.
the what if feature.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, there's a lot of people like that one.
Yeah,
I've
I
used
like
it a couple of times, but I'm nowhere near the top of the list, so it doesn't really matter to me.
Still helps you learn though.
It does. It does. And I've done it a few times like, well, what if I did this or that or so. Now, well, never mind yet. I was going to ask you if you loaded ammo or shot factory, but we already know that answer because you have answered it.
3.2 grains of tight group.
So you do use tight group. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you tried any other powder?
No, I bought a lot of tight group when I first started, and I'm still cranking away on it. I'll probably
Okay.
switch when I have. I think I only have like 9 pounds left. So when I get rid of that, I think I'm gonna try maybe Sport Pistol or N320.
Okay.
It's I like tight group. It meters great. It's very accurate. It's just dirty. That's the only issue with it.
Right. So is that the only reason you would switch is just to kind of clean it up a little bit?
Yeah. Yep. I could after like my friend gave me some N320 rounds and I shot it with a clean gun and like if I shot this much ammo with tight group, my gun would be 3 times as dirty. Like tight group's filthy. You can see it on some of my videos if it's like a humid morning, like it's so smoky. And it
Well,
just
on the
feels
one
it.
video we watched, you could
Yeah,
see
because
there
that
was
was in
like
the
a smoke screen.
that was in the morning, so it looked really bad through the GoPro. It didn't look like that when I was shooting it. The video made it look worse. But
Okay.
yeah, tight group it just makes your gun so filthy.
You shooting 124s, 125s?
135s, 135s.
Oh, 135s. Okay. Now, what brand of bullet are you using?
EBG heads. Have you heard of them?
I have not.
It's a company
No,
out
I
of New
have not.
Jersey. It's
Okay. We'll check that out. So 135s.
yeah, round nose. It's IBEGI heads. It's out of North Jersey. So kind of local to me. He sponsors all Team Hold My Beer. It's good to us.
Okay. All right. Well, Matt, that's what I've got. You anything we didn't talk about or you wanted to expand on or shout out to
No,
anybody or anything? Okay.
well, maybe I have to hop back on here after nationals.
Yes, absolutely. We'll have you back on for sure.
I enjoy your podcast.
Well,
I've been
thank you.
listening ever since you did the one with Jay, and I've gone back and listened to some past ones you
Oh,
guys
okay.
did. Yeah, Jay's a good friend of mine. We're always talking to each other.
Okay. Well, that's
Friends
good
with
to
enemies,
know.
I guess.
Friends except on competition day.
Yeah, I'm excited to go shoot up in Maine with him this year. It's gonna be a ball.
Okay.
I tried to go
Yeah.
last year, but that Monday after that match, I started a new job, and I was like, I can't drive 12 hours and start my first day on the job.
Ooh, yeah, that would be rough.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I had to call him and cancel last minute because it was kind of like, yeah, you're starting Monday. I'm like, well, guess I'm not going to Maine.
And it's funny. I don't remember seeing Jay Beal in here at Nationals.
It's because he didn't shoot last nationals. He's in there, but he's not on the super squad because he had the baby.
Yeah, I don't even remember scrolling through here to see where he was. All right.
He's on squad. We were just talking today.
Okay.
He is definitely shooting this one.
But there's another guy you could add to the second super squad.
Yeah, Jason, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is on squad 209. I mean, yeah, that squad is full of killers too. You got Jeff
Oh,
Emmett,
yeah. Yeah, you got
Luke
Luke
Cow.
Cow, Joel Fisher. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of good people in that squad.
Yeah,
Joel Fisher's on that
you're right.
squad. Blaine's on that squad.
Yep.
A lot of good shooters there. My friend Jeff Hughes is on that squad.
Okay. Yeah, that's a heavy hitting squad right there.
Yeah, it is.
I feel sorry for Eric Wong.
He's an open. I think he's an open shooter. He doesn't really shoot carry optics. He's local to me too.
Okay. I was like, man, he's the only B class or below on that squad. I'm like, oh
He's an open
Lord.
A class, so he'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll catch some razzing, but it'll be
Yeah.
good. All right. That's funny. Well, all right. Yeah, I definitely want to have you back on then. Yeah, probably after Nationals would be good. We can talk about all the major matches you shot as
Yeah,
well.
this is the most I've ever shot this year, and I think I might add more depending on what my schedule looks like. I might add one or two more.
Okay. Cool.
The only match I regret not signing up for was Dragons Cup. That match looks fun out in Texas.
Yeah,
I believe it's in Texas.
it is.
Yeah, I
I
missed that one. I was completely lost track of time. That match is full.
I believe Max shoots that one too.
Oh yeah, he won it last year,
Okay, yeah.
and the
And
prize
that's
table of that
always a
match is awesome.
oh, they actually have a prize table, huh?
Yeah,
Hmm. I've had a few conversations with people about that, about cash or prizes, stuff like that. More things to attract more shooters. I don't know if we need to attract more shooters, but
it'd be good for the people that are
something.
already going. A
Yeah,
little bit more prize.
absolutely.
I won a gun at nationals, so that was pretty cool. It's the first gun I've ever won.
So you won a gun last year?
Yeah, off the prize
What'd you
table.
get?
I won a P10F, but I didn't need a P10F, so I talked to Jared Fox. He works at CZ. And I
Okay,
was like,
yeah.
"Can I use this to credit towards something else?" And I got a side by side Bob White because I like the bird hunt, so I got a 12
Uh,
gauge side by side.
I think the real reason is you wanted to get the gun in less than 6 months, being in New Jersey.
Yeah, and then wanted to apply for another pistol permit.
Exactly. Do you have to have a permit for every gun?
No, just for pistols, because
Okay,
for
but
some
would
whatever
you have to
reason
have
they're
one for
worse,
every
right?
pistol?
Yep. To get one,
Wow.
to buy one,
Right. Okay.
it's stupid,
Yeah.
but
Wow.
that's the way. You know how it is. That's the way for them to. It's a hassle, so probably thinking they're gonna make less people want to buy a pistol, and then to make more
Exactly.
money. Every pistol, that's extra $25 I have to spend to get another pistol. That's just going into.
Wow. Okay.
It's yeah, it's dumb.
Wow. Okay.
And
Yeah,
on
that's
top of
fun.
that, it makes no sense because in New Jersey you have to have a purchaser card to buy any gun. It's like a little driver's license. So on top of that, to get a pistol, you gotta get a pistol permit. So they're doing like 3 background checks for one gun. It makes no
Good
sense at all.
Lord.
Yeah, I won't be here too much longer. I don't
Yeah,
think.
that sounds criminal.
Oh, it is.
Wow. Yeah, I'm definitely. I don't even like driving north of where I live in Virginia because
I
you get
don't.
into more of a very liberal anti-gun mentality, and it just gets worse the farther north you go.
Yeah, until you get to Maine.
Yeah.
Maine, New Hampshire's pretty good, but yeah, New
Yeah, New
York, New
Hampshire's
Jersey,
not
you
too
want to
bad.
stay out of.
Yeah. I
Never
mean,
flying in New York City with a gun.
oh
I
yeah,
f-
Juanzik
yeah,
had a horror story.
And it just happened to Bob Vogel. He taught a class in New York, and they wanted to take him to jail because he had a gun. And he's active law enforcement still. Like, it's so stupid.
Good Lord. Wow. Yeah. Well, all right, Matt. We will we'll reschedule you again then for after nationals and rehash everything.
Sounds good. Nice to meet you,
All
Dave.
right.
I'll
Nice
see
meeting
you.
you, Matt.
I'll see you Saturday.
Yes, see you then.
Yes, sir.
Take care.
See you.
Until next time.
Don't be a little bitch.
Yeah.